12-month job growth number. You want to go into cities, especially tertiary cities, with job growth at 2%. You'll find that actually tertiaries grow faster than secondaries. So 2% is not going to be terribly difficult to get, except today, where only one city in the US has job growth, right? So how do you figure out today, how do you figure out where the job growth is in the middle of a pandemic? Well, there's a couple different ways of doing it, and I'm going to show you my favorites. There's this link, departmentofnumbers.com/employment/metros. Now, the one thing that I want you to do is you don't have to write this down because I'm going to give you an Excel spreadsheet that's going to have this link in it, right? So if you go to this link, and I'm going to go there now, it shows you job growth numbers in the US. Now, it doesn't show you every single city, and I can also tell you how you can find it for a city that's not in this list. No, what am I doing? Doing something wrong here. Department of Numbers, there we go. All right, so here is this list, and you can see lots of cities in here, right? Lots and lots and lots of cities, even small cities like Mount Vernon or Virginia Beach, lots of tiny cities are in this list. Now, as you can imagine, when I go here and I sort this 1 year job percent change, the worst cities are in Louisiana. Lake Charles lost 20% employment over the last year. Ocean City, New Jersey is a gambling hub, lost 17%. Honolulu lost 16%. This all makes sense, right? This completely makes sense today. Now, cities in terms of job gain, well, now we've got a few. There we go. We've got a number of them that are growing at this point in time. Just so you know, Idaho Falls doesn't show up in this list because it's too small. So that the list that I use is on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website. I'm just giving you an easier one. I wanted you to start with one that was a bit easier. But the BLS gives you 3,300 cities. And it takes a while to kind of sort through their site. So I'm giving you this one. I can tell you Idaho Falls would have a significantly higher number than Champaign, Illinois. So going back, looking at this list, you go, well, this list is not going to work because, you know, right here, he said 2%. The only city in the US that has more than 2% is Champaign. So should we all go to Champaign? The answer is no. Obviously, that's not what I wanted you to do. So here's what I want you to do today. When you're looking for tertiary cities, and there's tons of them here, I want you to look at where the tertiary cities job growth was in February, before the pandemic started. Because what I am seeing is practically every city is returning back to the norm. Some are taking a little bit longer, some are taking a little bit shorter, but they're returning to the norm. The norm being their Feb unemployment rate. Okay, now there's an exception to this rule, and you should know it. Cities like Las Vegas, Orlando are taking much longer because they were international travel hubs. They were not domestic travel hubs, they were international travel hubs. So skip those cities, but otherwise cities are returning back to their Feb levels. Now you might say, where the heck am I going to find Feb numbers, right? That's like 8 or 9 months ago. This site doesn't have those numbers. Let me let you into a secret. There's a website which indexes the entire web. It makes a copy of the web, and it is called the Wayback Machine. Wayback Machine. So you go to the Wayback Machine, you click on it, and the website opens. Now what you do is you go back to this URL. Remember this URL that we were on? That's showing us the 1% job change, right? You're going to grab that URL, and you're going to go to the internet machine, and you're going to plug that URL in here and say, give me older versions, Wayback Machine. And now you're going to notice that this website is showing you a version in April 21st. And you might say, the pandemic started in March. Why are you showing me April? Well, that's because job data in the US is about a month and a half old. If I click on this link on April 21st, it's going to take a few seconds. When it loads, you're going to notice this is February 2020 data. This is very powerful because now I go sort here and sort here, and now I can see some incredible tertiaries.